Top 5 things Baylor needs to do to make a run. This is not, it's just kind of pretty cut and dry, but just to recap and make
more shots
nice and
rebound those who are missed.
Yeah. Number 5, this is pretty easy. Not play Iowa State again.
Well, just for grins, they open up the bracket Sunday and they're in the same region.
That if I were Scott Drew, I would buy all the Tums.
Remember, Craig wasn't quite here yet. The 2010-11 Baylor women's basketball team was top 5 in the country. Of course, this was before the 42-0 or 40-0 team. They had beaten A&M in the regular season twice, and then beat them, I think, in Oklahoma City, Kansas City in the Big 12 tournament. And then the bracket came out, and A&M had gotten a little bit better, but still Baylor was dominant. And they were in the same bracket. And the first thing that Kim started talking about was how unfair that was, and we shouldn't. And I think she talked her team into playing uptight, and they lost. And A&M went on to win the national title.
Yeah, I would say the difference is that A&M, each of those games, chipped away and figured something out.
I looked at those scores. I don't know if it was always getting closer, but you're right.
But I mean, it was getting closer, but you could tell that they were figuring it out. I would not say that based on the 3 times we've seen Baylor play Iowa State, that this group of guys has figured out Iowa State. And it was never necessarily a bad matchup for A&M.
You know what the good news would be? That'd be like in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, it would. It would. Number 4, continue. I say get production. I wanted to make it, but get production from Bonner and Bridges. In the games where they can get this kind of offensive production from them, if they get it from the other guards, which we'll talk about in a second, the other players, then they can really be unstoppable. But I do think that these 2 guys down the stretch it's been immeasurable, their contribution and what they've been able to do and turn. I mean, Dale Bonner was just kind of sitting there for games. He didn't even need sneakers. They didn't play, and came out and was really just some energy that they needed off the bench, some veteran energy. So if they can continue to get production from them, they can make a run, because your bench and the ability, especially in the early rounds, when you're a 3 seed and playing a 14, the thing that you have over them, the thing that you're always going to have over them is that you can come at them in waves where they usually can't respond. And so early in the tournament, when they're playing seeds that are probably significantly lower than them, that's what they need to do, is get something out of their depth.
I thought Bonner was average at best today. Jalen Bridges is why they had the lead and looked like they had a chance to win the game.
Yeah, didn't miss a shot for the first part of the game. Number 3, get the guards going again. These guys can't all 3 be silent in one day. They can't do it. They've got to get them going again, and maybe this week off will. The good news is they're not afraid to shoot themselves out of a slump. I mean, sometimes guys are. These 3 guys will shoot their way out of a slump, and I think we'll see that, but that's how they're going to have to win.
Yep.
Absolutely. So they cannot, as the 3 guards go, so go.
I don't know how many times
run.
all 3 have been 15 plus.
Yeah.
All 3 don't have to hit every 3, but at least 15 plus and maybe shooting 38 to 40%. The 3 combined, Flagler, Cryer, and George in a game.
Yeah. Number 2, get some actual rebounds.
No.
They have to do that. They have to.
You know what's crazy about Baylor today? They hit 14 threes.
Yeah.
Because Bridges, of course, hit 7 and still lost the game.
They have to get some actual rebounds. And number 1, play some sort of defense. And what I'm saying here is they don't need to all of a sudden turn into 40 minutes of hell, but they need to do something. They need to do something. They need to fix that on a level that, they don't need to go from what was an F effort today to A+. But if their offense is A, then they really just need a C+ effort on defense, and they'll beat most teams by 9.
Yeah.
But
their effort on the boards. The leading rebounder was Keontae George. No, I guess Bridges had 5. George had 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kendall's words resonate with me most is I felt this way with the football team this past year. I realized not everybody can have, some banner season. There's got to be, up and downs. There's got to be 500 seasons. There's got to be, falling short, things like that. But he hit it on the nail for me when he said, I hope this team, or in so many ways said, I hope this team realizes the next loss is it. That's it. They're done. The season is over. Keontae George is never in a Baylor uniform again. Maybe Adam Flagler, maybe LJ Cryer, maybe whoever else you want to add into that mix. That's it. Like, you guys have one guaranteed game as a unit to play. You could play way more than that, but you've got one left. So I know the rebounding can get better. The defense is what it is at this point. You know, the shots are going to follow. They're not. But I hope they do realize that before, you know, you hear the tale 10 years down the road of like, man, we had a squad and we just did not put it all together. And, you know, we're first or second round exit in the NCAA tournament when this team is far more talented than to be heading out that early. So, yeah, I hope that they can wrap their heads around that. Even still, the matchup they get might dictate that mindset doesn't matter all that much, but that is something to be mindful of, in my opinion.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Rebounding can also contribute to not only second chances, it also can help your defense. If you control the boards, and of course they were dominated on both offense and defensive boards today. Whew, it was bad. But now they'll have one more chance, and maybe 2 to 3 or 5 or 6, I don't know. Right now, the way I look at them, I don't think anything would surprise me if they got past the Sweet 16. To the Sweet 16, to me, I would be, wow, they had to have turned it on.
Yeah, they can't play 6 games because there wouldn't be a 6th game. No. They could play as many as 5, right?
No, they play 6 to win it all.
Is it you 6?
You have to win 6 to win it all. Yeah, 2, 2, and 2.
Okay.
Yep.